I feel security, say beyond security, you can't discuss here. Even some of them, even it's not even like discuss at our levels. I would say it's even beyond our pay scale. I recall there was a meeting that I will not disclose the full nature of the meeting. Then somebody raised the security up, and Ken said, "I mean, this is not the first time he's doing politics. In terms of security, he doesn't discuss with more than 2 people. Why? Because he doesn't want it to get out there. But like Jennifer is saying, one thing I am so convinced is that I feel even if apart from the private security, if there is anybody that should have support and even I don't want to use control alignment even with the state security now. The state security because you need power be around.
Your mom it's not
yes, no state security. They have power, no. But this time around, they don't even have the power again for Obi to use the state security. And I give you an example. When they made the central region people, they said almost to hopeful. Say to me to our Obi Kum, Emanina 100%. And also, central city 100% a day. I bet be anywhere to move 100%. It should show you that security was compromised. Obi also be a day, and I mean, just way by just on one small touch. Tribalism. Interesting, 11, all the 11 modern MPs went to the northern part of the country to campaign for Dr. Bawumia. And of course, the argument was very simple. One of our own, you dare not sell on Fananya Emma. It's one of our own. Kwabi I am Fananya Emma. And it should also tell you there's religious undertones and they can want some. Who I'm just adding something very brief. Why not a campaign based on the fact to say a CMB Aka party, a man for my a CMB Aka party, one thing is that later come to complain. Other than any moment, a monk this is also some also a montas and for Moson for Flabber and free Ashanti region. Then you allow people to set you up like this. A game which is a matter of strategy, and where you are getting your votes and your numbers from, you say I don't want it again. Again, one is starting Dombo, Dankwa Dombo Buzia SM. Dankwa Dombo, Free Northeast, Dombo Free Upper West. They're now going and asking. Oh, Free Northeast, Dombo Free Upper West. The Casa Crown, you speak different languages.
I got in name and proceeding
but still. Or you're not MLDA at the Pussy from Cotabano. Who's the Zungu, but I might come as man say tribalism. Will be either tribalism. It has always been a way that, especially when, for my meaning, I've seen human rights and religion, the hegemony of religion. These are two things that minority groups usually use to blackmail people when you're having honest and bold conversations. What people think was is against my fundamental human rights. Hey. Obi anfa the human rights into the table, no so they receive it matter. Obi anfa the dento, they receive it matter. The same as religion and tribalism. Because we condemn it, people exploit it. Who the Akko campaign, you can't want some and can want. Anyway, indeed, you've observed so well. If you look at all our researches, what Dr. Bawumia is surviving on today is the second chance doctrine. Okay. Because as a sympathy cast been a more play. So other than my record, when we saw my my energy, young co. But the question is a second chance, it's not just a reward for showing up.
No.
My second chance is a reward for showing up. Second chance will be a man second chance there when be a it has always been contingent on performance. It has always been contingent on performance. And to be a one year, they didn't mount to us. We have MPP about my history now, and we have graph now. It has always been on ascending a trajectory. The Shroud Echo, Professor Dubois, Sabrina Breno, Samokaya, or look at the time, not military rule near transition up to military era, Abba, the Republican state, the Fourth Republic, Rollins on the coalition. About my 2 and 2 big ballot boxes, 1 and 2 number 1 yellow. Yeah, I was born in 1990s, so I'm quite young. It's me, it's history that is guiding me. Professor Dubois, despite all this thing, had 30.29%. So I said no. in 92. I know the president Kofo Kohe, I know Musa Omode Bank anymore. Difference between Professor Dubois and the Rollins was 1.1 million. Now President Kofo be 5 and 6. No the Rollins code only 39%. And so the Dubois he any 30, airport 39 President Kofo and the Rollins boost now 1.2 million difference. And to Usha, Obi our 30 to 30 39. How do you say somebody back home could be?
That's why I had
I had it. And Akufo-Addo was the first time, and also they call 49. Akufo-Addo we need the first round. Or we need with votes difference of 100,000 plus. Then we were there 50 plus 1. I know they call round of Anna Professor Mel School we need round of okay 2008. Good. And to Usha, Adubo he 30, Kofo 39, Akufo-Addo the call 49. Obia the become. Then on kwa Obaya, Akufo-Addo first time now they about 41.
No.
41 no. Difference, you have votes difference. I do buy here 1.1 million on the Rollins. Kofo first 1.2 million on the Rollins. Akufo-Addo could D mills and 100,000. So no quite the difference on Buku BT mills. Then you come and lose 1.7 million and 2.1 million of the previous voters did not even vote.
That's bad.
How do you say I'm also? Then again, Ofakra, sir. Ufa votes Obia performance generally o start here Professor Dubois 1.2 million Anna Kofo first time 2.8 Anna Kofo 2.8 million Anna Kofo second time or they call second time we winning here let me get
3.6 million. Lawyer, it was 3.6.
Yes, you know. The commissioner you over for so how
3.6 yes and actually over far 4 point or you know I feel offering 2000 to 2004 they call 4.5 million
yeah
and Akufo-Addo be 5 Akufo-Addo so 5 and on Akufo-Addo so let me confirm the figure.
Akufo-Addo's own was 4.15. 4.1.
But the fundamental principle is that at the end of the day, Akufo-Addo's last term he has 6.7. Then you reduce it to 4.6. And to share a trajectory now from Professor Dubois, Kofo, Professor Dubois up, Kofo first one up, Kofo second one up, Kofo third one up, Akufo-Addo up. So then Akufo-Addo second up, Akufo-Addo third up. Then it was only Bawumia in the history of MPP no the above. How then do you say and twice?
No.
Which means that you are just a wrong product that the people don't want.
They don't want you.
They don't want you. Again, okay, the logic is that Senator Bawumia Aka one, there are two logic to it. It presupposes that NDC doesn't have anything. But so say he debate unya 41 Osi Aka 9 pedia. Then reasonably NDC can also say so almost 56, almost only 56 pe. And you don't even need anything again. Obviously so steady Aka 9 pedia. And you only Kennedy call and also Kennedy is 37. I can't Kennedy is 13 pe. No, so then probably nobody should even be contesting. It's a very whack logic, it's a very unintelligent logic, it's a very flawed logic, and it only comes from people who believe say they don't respect people or mess on that out. Other than that, how then do you say 1.7 million vote difference with 2.1 million people about I can pay? How? Election banner continues. Why do we not vote for a local edugu Papa any message is one of our guys, but that's obey na opportunity with the I say they was that about you say adaka na empeno you know sir vote difference you know ne 41% you know ado locking and the kid said they also say dollar
one day channel do what to them when this
everything about IGP now
we dey this one the master mirror born in Timan because I just
also the 41 other 41 that were locking and that were lock is and the lock and kill I saw the man or $8 and the man did kill into one. It's a very whack logic, but you see I never question what I said okay Abuwa be operate also share how a normal sequence as obia so yet obia Ghanaians, ordinary people, Brian, Ebitum, Ken, Obia, so yet you. And maybe I do the so steady. Every week, you almost try somebody to be back. Then, by the grace of God, God grants us wisdom. Sometimes it doesn't even come from us. And people see the incoherence and the unintelligence in it. And the difference is 1.7 million votes difference. And interestingly, if it doesn't scare you up, close to 400,000 people voted for our pieces and they did not vote for Bawumia. They voted against him. How do you change some of who you imagine? And Kent Wayne said, my notice is not so. The naked pictures grab one thing so. We know who we are going in for, and we know what he stands for. Ken is not a saint; he's a human being. He has strengths and he has shortcomings. There are a lot of things that maybe me and Mekan of 10 years ago, I wish I had not said it in that way or fashion. We grow, we all learn. But even the supposed shortcomings of Ken, but your explanation of the amount, no. Even the supposed shortcomings of Ken can be turned into his strengths. Yes, what Casado, he is passionate about getting results. Yes, Ken, they know he is courageous and can challenge his own people. So it all depends on how you want to turn it. Of course, there are excesses that even today, I'm sure all of us, when it's played to us, will be humble enough to say that this is something that you do and we apologize on it accordingly. But 99% of them were done in defense of the party. Imagine a party for Akoshe and them Edin Komo with an Akufo Mega Binomo, and somebody recalls what the Safamafo said, then go and sell to an NDC
people.
Accra FM. No, one more bad deal we and the almost brought a tribal conflict between Ashantis and Achems. How would you describe such people? Won't you describe them? Say, I don't know what I say. Yes. Imagine now I saw for you, and then Ubiza say, and I can say, will you be a software? Tell them what you do software. What's it there? Now we say, hence, I saw for you do happen. Christ was the first person to do that when he entered the synagogue and realized that they were abusing and manipulating the church for their own personal gains. In such an instance, if you are somebody like Christ, yes, or with all your investment in the house of God, near the a marketplace, no more at the what would you be? It's the same thing that Ken did. Ken did what's the woman so for can't go in that time, and now what's the so can't go in that time, and I'm tell you something. Why is it that there are only certain men of God that you and I still have doubt on them? No matter how you want to defend, you and I still have doubt on them. Unless, of course, you want to say that the church belongs to saints. The church is not a place for saints. It's a place for sinners. So people can abuse the church. Mitimbo Chrono officer can do the same thing at church. Unless, of course, we want to pretend. What I say, so Ken was just calling Nkofano more exploiting the name of God, using the church to enrich themselves. So we just have to take time to offer explanations to them, and we'll do that. But I'm saying that all of us should be ambassadors of this campaign. All of us should be communicators of this campaign and offer those relevant explanations to all of them. But we must also not be so defensive. Say, nobody be over. The two say, a hodier and train you. Bia anka obekano kwa also. Bayako ni pano. Yet 100%. Raw and also in the even in spite of the shortcomings, there are great character traits can assemble when we exploit it. And that is his trademark of the honesty, the discipline, the patriotism, the courage and fearlessness about him. In whom said it about my name and I